Hello, YouTube fam. Nice to see you. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know who I am, my name is Casey and I make videos mostly about FND and health and some other wild things, but yeah. So today I am making a video that I've kind of been talking about for a while about everything that I've been doing kind of lately to help my functional neurological disorder. So this is kind of the stuff that I've been doing kind of in 2023. It has drastically changed as to what I have been doing since last year. So like last year was a lot of like physio and tests and all that stuff. So now like going forward, trying to get deeper into my recovery and improving my health, there's been new things that I've been trying to do. As a lot of you know, a lot of health professionals don't really have a lot of answers as to what you can do to help yourself, and so I think a lot of us as a community really need to search alone and try to find things that help, which can be really, really challenging. I find that personally that it has been super trial and error for me to figure out what works for me. So yeah, just a little disclaimer, I have no medical professional background. This is just kind of stuff that I've researched and have tried for myself, and maybe it'll work for you. I actually made a list today. I don't really like working from lists because I feel like it doesn't flow very well, and I don't love to edit all the time, but I'm going to try and make it work because I did feel like I needed to actually document some of the things that I've been doing, and I don't really want to miss anything because I do want to help you guys out as much as possible. I'm coming to you guys today from my room. I can't be outside too much today because it is too hot for my brain. Yeah, this is my lovely begonia, some of my art stuff hiding in the background. Let us begin. My list is all over the place, and it's definitely not like from where I started to where I'm going. It's kind of just, yeah. So one of the things that I'm grateful for is that I got referred to an occupational therapist sometime last year. So it actually took me a full year to get in with this woman. But I am super grateful. I had no idea what occupational therapy was. And to me, when you hear occupational, you think that it's like workplace therapy. But it's kind of using your daily activities as therapy to kind of try to help you function better in the world. So I kind of felt like it was like being a disabled person trying to help me back into the community. So I liked some of it, and I mean, there wasn't any that I didn't like. I just think that like my goals to getting back into the world maybe might be different than the rest of the people. I don't know, because like functioning before, I felt like I was in the rat race and just trying so hard to keep up with everything, and I don't want to go back to that. And I think that sometimes there's an expectation that you have to go back to that, but she really did help me get better at making goals. So if you guys can like get into an occupational therapist, this one was for free through Northern Health for me. Maybe they have that resources for you, but yeah, she really helped me become more independent in the sense like I'm still living with family, but I could, you know, start doing things that I would have to do if I lived on my own. For some reason, like these are just really common and easy things, but because I was so ill, I just really had a hard time thinking of goals and just brainstorming this stuff for myself. So she'd actually come to my house once a week, and we would sit down and brainstorm goals and slowly build it. So I think we worked together for 2-ish months, and I actually just finished my last session with her because she kind of gave me all my tools. But yeah, she helped me. So I started cooking once a week for my family. So cooking is something that is really stressful for me now as a sick person. I just felt like, you know, finding a recipe and then grocery shopping and then the whole cooking itself is kind of stressful. And I think because I used to really feel like I had to rush through it all the time because I'd get off work and then have to cook, and it just felt like so much. So I think like that fear and anxiety around cooking really stuck with me. But now it feels a little bit more peaceful. You know, I can grocery shop a day ahead and like really pre-plan things if I need to. And it also teaches like as a disabled person, like what are things that you can do to cut down stress and preparation? So like, can you buy things pre-cut or pre-cooked to kind of, shorten the load? So that was awesome. I've been cooking mostly once a week now and doing really fun recipes, and I do have a passion for cooking and baking. I just got really stressed out with all of the stuff that came with it. Another thing was I started to do more chores in the house. Again, this is something that's just so basic, but again, my goal skills were just all over the place. So I do 2 days. I kind of ask my parents, like, what is it that I can help you with today? And if it's a big task, I might break it up between the day, or like do a little bit today and a little bit the next day. That's been good. It's been really feeling good to make like small goals, and also I'm helping other people too. I'm being a part of the household, the community, helping out more, which feels really good. I don't know, for me, moving back with my parents, I kind of got into that like child mindset again, where just wasn't really used to doing a whole lot in the house. It was very strange, and also like going from not doing anything to like, okay, what do I do now, and trying to contribute is kind of been a weird transition. And then another thing that she helped me with was kind of making more goals for exercise. Was seeing a physiotherapist last year, but I really couldn't keep up with the physical exercises. They just felt too much, and I also, my symptoms were off and on and here and there. So this woman really helped me to make some goals for walking. Just kind of, very basic, walk 5 minutes a day, and then you can kind of trick your brain into like slowly adding like a minute here and there, and then slowly you work up, and all of a sudden you're doing more work. I don't know, it's very strange with functional neurological disorder. Your brain just like gets upset over interesting things, and yeah, my body gets so upset with physical movement and pain, and so I have to be very careful with how much effort I put into being physical. But I really love to exercise and hike, so this is a really big goal for me to get stronger and in shape. Another really huge thing for me is boundaries. I am horrible with boundaries. I am a big people pleaser. I never want to say no to the people I love, especially my partner or my friends. But a couple months ago, I had to kind of make a big boundary with my partner and take a break. I think we took like 2 months apart, where I just like really didn't want any expectations. This is tough. Not everybody can do this. But I had the space, and he was away in another town doing work, so I just had the space to really just rest and not have expectations, because expectations really stress me out. And I just had a lot of energy to put into myself, because you can't fill anybody else's cup if yours isn't full. So that's kind of where I was at. I really needed to fill my own cup. And same thing with friends. I really needed to have friends in my life that really understood, like, I might not see you for 3 weeks because I do not feel good, and not have them take that personally. And my best friend has been through this with me, and she is amazing. She's helped me so much, and that has been really awesome for me. And on that, so a lot of alone time has been really nice for me. I don't know if that's for everyone. I think because on top of this, I am autistic, so the overstimulation of that, and just with FND, I need a lot of downtime and rest time and recharge time. And so I really do prioritize that, just having time to rest and take breaks. And, if I need to, not see some people for a while or whatever, take breaks from my routine. It just felt really good to say like no to people, even though at first it's a little bit stressful. It's so important to just prioritize yourself. Another thing is trying to stay sober. So this is a tough one, I think, for a lot of people. It's very common in our society for people to consume alcohol, drugs, nicotine, you name it. I have been on sober journeys before. I wouldn't say that I have alcoholism or that I'm really addicted, but I do like to go sober sometimes, because I do feel like it affects me a lot. and it hurts my stomach, and just a lot of negative symptoms. You know, when your body is already struggling from illness and you kind of just add those toxins, it really, I think, hinders the healing process. So I try my best not to drink. I do sometimes, but I think going forward I am going to actually just cut it out completely. It is hard because I like to go to festivals and lots of gatherings, but I do know that you can go to those things sober and have a great time. It's been a while since I've done that. I think also I would have a drink once in a while if I was feeling stressed out from my illness, which is very counterproductive and self-sabotage, so I don't want to do that. Nicotine is another thing. I will hit the vape once in a while, and that's very addicting, and it just affects the brain so much and can cause seizures, so definitely want to stay away from that as much as possible. In my daily kind of schedule, I try to meditate, do yoga, read, and journal. Those are like my everyday, like, let's try to get this done. Usually I will like wake up, like have a coffee, make some breakfast, and then I will go for my like 5, 10, 15-minute walk, and then I'll come back and I will like sit down and read a few pages. I'm reading Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Such a good book. I try to do some sort of meditation, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour. Anything helps. It's just all these really grounding things. It's like a really good way every day to just like kind of keep you up here instead of staying down here, you know what I mean? I do like to journal too. This has like been an off and on thing for me, but I do think I just have so much going on in my head all the time. So nice to just write down things and have it on paper and kind of just get it out of you. And then yoga, I try to do kind of daily. Again, I'm trying to build my strength, but I do stick to like really gentle yoga because, again, if I go too hard, then I'm out for the rest of the day and sometimes the next day. So I try not to push that too hard. Eating healthy is huge. So a lot of people don't kind of subscribe to this, but I do. Health, or what you put in your body, is so important, and it affects you so much. It's crazy that like doctors don't really know a bunch about nutrition. My mom was a nurse, and she had cancer and thyroid disease, and she was actually able to help herself immensely with changing her diet. Even if you just cut out like processed foods, refined sugars, and try to keep to like whole foods. I personally am vegan. I know this is a big controversial topic, but I just try to eat fruits and vegetables and plant-based, no processed food. I am gluten-free as well. That really affects me, and I also have PCOS, so I've heard that it helps if you cut down gluten, that it will help your PCOS as well. Also drinking enough water in the day. I feel like a lot of people do not drink enough water, and so I should have mentioned this with the diet, but I am following Dr. Brooke Goldner's kind of protocol. I'm going to make like a more of a video about this after I'm done kind of my 30 days, but I am hugely into green smoothies and also drinking a lot of water. She's an amazing doctor from the States. I had an appointment with her last year, and she's kind of given me some tips on how to help myself. She also has 2 books and a YouTube channel, so I will link her down below. She's amazing. I 100% go check her out. She cured herself of lupus by eating healthy. Insane. Wonderful woman. But yeah, I try to drink 2 liters of water every day. I feel like it's a bit, but I think that it's really helping. Water is just really good. I think having a spiritual practice is really important. I'm not going to tell you what kind of practice to do. I just think that, you know, trying to be connected to God or whatever you want to call it can really help just in our daily lives, and I don't know, make you feel like this oneness and core love. Yeah. Something that I do is, even if I'm not feeling great, I still try to get out there and do stuff. This is like a hard thing. It took me a really long time to kind of get into this, but yeah, when I really started to get sick, I just was like, I just need to rest and not do anything. But you know, a year and a half into it, I don't know how long I'm going to be sick, and I also just like really like doing things, so I do try my best to do gentle activities and still get out of the house and, you know, go for a drive or go get a coffee with friends, even if I'm not feeling my best. I just, you know, I just try. That's all you can do. But again, like, you don't want to overdo it. It's one of those things, you know, really check your levels to see how much you can put out. Um, Something that's really been helpful too is like having some sort of goal, something that keeps you inspired and looking forward to the next day. Mine has been my art and doing an art show. I think I signed up for it sometime last year, maybe in like October, and it is this September. So I've had like almost the last year to discipline myself into making art continuously and being excited for this art show, because I've never done this big of an art show before, and so it's really helped me kind of get into like the work mode even though I'm not working, and kind of have like the inspiration of waking up and like, okay, I get to work on my painting, like I'm almost done, this is super exciting. Yeah, I don't know, hobbies are really important to keep you going and just, yeah, keep you alive. Okay, so that's my list. I felt like that was kind of exhausting to do. This is why I don't love lists, because I feel like I need to like keep going, and it doesn't feel super flowy, but that's what I got for you guys. I will say I have improved so much by doing these things. It is amazing. I think I'm down to like 6 seizure days a month. That was the last 2 months, so it's like averaging about 1.5 seizures a week. But this is awesome for me. I'm so excited. I mean, I still struggle with a lot of other things like nerve pain and dizziness, headaches, blurred vision. I will say that I do avoid a lot of my triggers too, so that I don't bring on seizures, but I'm slowly starting to try to put myself in situations and slowly grow into that and see if I can get through things that might have given me seizures before. Looking into the future, sorry, I was trying to read and speak at the same time. There are some things that I'm going to look into that I think that could be helpful. Somatic healing is one of them. This is like EFT and other things. I saw it online and I think it could be interesting. It's kind of like your body is stuck in fight or flight mode, and there are certain techniques that you can do to kind of pull yourself out of this. And I am super interested in that, because I think that, I don't know, I just feel so much anxiety in like the weirdest circumstances, or like nothing is even happening, I'm not even thinking, but my body is so fearful and it's very uncomfortable. And I think that I think I'm just really stuck in this like fear state, and I'd like to guide myself out of that. EMDR is another thing that you'd be guided through with a therapist to help kind of release past traumas. Yeah, I can't speak too much on that because I haven't done it, but something that I am curious about. And then volunteering, so I'm not really ready for work yet, but I think in the next year I'd like to start volunteering for some things. Music festivals I think would be really fun. Maybe like making art and stuff, or maybe volunteering at the art gallery, or maybe a farm to be outside. I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of making plans for the future. This is like a really exciting time, because I felt like I couldn't make plans for the future for like the last year. I was so lost and I had no idea what was going to happen, and it was really kind of sad and almost like hopeless. And so I am so stoked that I can make plans. Like, I want to go to yoga ashram, a vipassana retreat, like I want to travel to music festivals and, you know, build a house and all these exciting things. It's really great. It's awesome for me and my family and, you know, my friends and my partner. I can finally, you know, picture more of a life with him now, because I didn't want to trap someone into being a caregiver. So it feels a little bit better now that I am starting to, you know, have some motion. So this is all feeling really good. The other thing that might be a little bit controversial is that I'm very interested in microdosing mushrooms. I've done a lot of research on it. My brain is very sensitive, so I'm not sure how I feel about it completely. But I saw a video that was talking about how mushrooms essentially do kind of like the same thing as like antidepressants, and how it helps with neuroplasticity, so like making new connections in your brain. And mushrooms does it, but like, I don't know, 10 or 100 times more than antidepressants. So it's really, really interesting. And there's so many people and health professionals right now kind of talking about using psychedelics as healing. I'm very interested in these things. I think that they're really cool, but you know, in the right setting, with the right people. So yeah. Okay, I think that's it. We're kind of getting a bit long on this video. Thank you for watching. I hope that something that I said was helpful. I would like to hear from you guys. Is there anything that you found that profoundly has helped you at any time? Let's share with our community and help each other. And tell me if you have something big planned for the future or something that you're excited about for the future. This is, I think, so important to have some excitement in the future. Yeah, so if you like this video, thumbs up. And if you want to see more of me kind of ramble about health, subscribe. It will really, really help me build my channel. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.